AITAH for refusing to help my brother after his ex-girlfriend scammed him out of nearly half the equity of his house. Posted by Glittering Disc 5299. I, 37 female, have an older brother George, 45 male, who isn't an idiot, but he can be lazy. Definitely the type to rely on weaponized incompetence whenever women and girls are around. Example, he literally acted like he didn't know where our mom kept the paper plates in the house he lived in for nearly 20 years, just so she'd get up, go into the kitchen, and make him his plate during the holidays, just 1 week post her bunion surgery. Side note, they both tried to passive-aggressively make me feel guilty for not offering to fix my adult brother's plate so our mom wouldn't have to do it. Like I wasn't the only one doing the most of the cooking and would be doing most of the cleaning afterwards. At age 30, George was given a windfall from our grandfather's estate. I got something too, and used it as a down payment for a nice 5-bedroom house, and that easily worth double now. During this time, George met Melinda, 50 female, and she was a nice lady. Smart, responsible, hardworking, sweet, and very organized. She came into the relationship with a steady job and was upfront about lack of ability to have more children after complications from nearly losing her life giving her to her daughter. George stated that he was okay with that. But whenever Melinda would bring up his hesitation regarding marriage, he'd say that he had complicated feelings about not being able to be a father if he chose to fully commit to her, that he needed to process, saying that since he was willing to look over her fertility issues because he loved her, that she needed to show her love by waiting for him. That line worked for 12 years. After Melinda moved in, George demanded that she pay half the bills and part of his mortgage in exchanging for allowing Melinda's daughter to move in with her. At the time, Melinda had little options as her former landlord was raising the rent too high, and so she was helping pay for her sister's medical bills. Melinda and George justified it to everyone by saying that what she would have had to pay to George was still cheaper in rent at her old place. I said nothing because not my relationship. 2 years ago, George was caught cheating, and Melinda was furious then left. I don't know all the details, but she came back seeming to work things out. Didn't stop George from cheating, but Melinda shrugged and said that this was still a better deal, and so long as he kept it from the house, she'd cope. Recently, there was some type of damage to George's house, and he needed people to come in and fix it, but he hated the labor of searching for a reliable contractor, taking time away from his job or hobbies to deal with them and the paperwork. Melinda offered to do it, and he didn't question it. Whatever she gave, he signed, and in front of third-party witnesses. Melinda got George to sign paperwork stating that she was entitled to 45% of his house. Now, she's dumped him and is demanding that George either sell his house or buy her out. George is trying to fight this, citing that he didn't fully understand what he was agreeing to, and he's found a lawyer willing to take his case. But his fees are expensive. George and our mom think that I should help, but I'm refusing. I don't see why I have to shell out thousands of dollars to save another grown man from his own lack of foresight, especially when there's a good chance he won't even win. I'm being called heartless and a bad sister, so I have to ask, AITAH? Mr. Francesco comments, you can't give a part of the house without a notary contract. Whatever he signed, he's an idiot for not reading. He should have left this woman a long time ago. OP response, I believe the third party who witnessed my brother sign the document or documents was a licensed notary. Corgi Crazy comments, NTA, but who is expecting to have more kids with a 50-year-old? For me, it sounds more like he was looking for an excuse to play victim since the beginning of the relationship. By the way, I'm not the youngest woman, and I think this question is important. OP response, she was in her 40s when they got together, but I agree, he was just using that as an excuse. Nuthouse Antiques comments, why is he mad about her fertility issues? Overlook them? She was 50 years old when they met. She may have had a few non-dried up eggs, but there were not many of them. OP response, she was in her 40s when they met. They were together for over 10 years.